We are meeting, of course, in extraordinary circumstances with a war on our border, on our doorstep. And so first of all, we, of course, reiterate our support, solidarity through sanctions, through financial support, to delivery of military equipment, and with our diplomatic effort to Ukraine. We will discuss the economic impact of this war, and we know that this impact will not be negligible. It will be a serious impact because of the soaring prices of commodities, because of the consequences of inflation on some raw materials, and also because of the fiscal costs that member states will address for energy prices and for the refugees crisis. So we should be prepared in this uncertain situation to have our economic policies well coordinated and, as we say, agile. So this means to adapt them to the changing circumstances. I am still convinced that if we react strongly and united, we can cushion the impact of the war on our economies and avoid a complete derail of the recovery that was underway. But of course, we have to react together and strongly together.
Commissioner, do you have an estimate in terms of how much GDP could actually come down this year as a result of the war?
Well, I think it's quite soon to have serious estimates. Because, of course, if you only estimate the direct impact of energy prices or supply chain disruption or inflation, you can have numbers that apparently could appear moderate numbers. But the combination of these different features and also the risks of confidence crisis among investors and consumers and the duration of this war of aggression are all elements that we can't calculate with our models. So my message, then we will present in mid-May our spring forecast, and maybe we will have some certainty more. My message now is the impact will be non-negligible. We will have an impact, but we can reduce this impact if we react together and strongly together.
What does it mean, react together? Because we know President Macron is already thinking about a new form of recovery fund, just to do it once again, a common debt, for example?
Well, new ideas can be on the table, but what we are tasked from the Versailles summit is to make proposals on how to act in common to face the energy price increase, and how we can make common proposal for the new defense need that we have. And these tasks are the tasks that the Commission in these weeks is working on.
Commissioner, what's your message to those who may be thinking about ways to circumvent the sanctions? Because today the Americans are with the Chinese in Rome, making it very clear if you try to help Russia get away with this, there will be repercussions. What's the European message on this?
Well, I think we are working to implement as efficiently as possible sanctions. We are working together with our American partners, and gradually I think that the pressure of sanction is increasing on the Russian economy. Having said this, we all know that the pressure of sanction is something that have a strong impact in the short and medium term, but it is not granted that it will change Putin's mind. So the resistance of the Ukrainians, the international diplomatic pressure, the delivery of military equipments are all components that could bring to some diplomatic breakthrough that is needed to stop the war.
Commissioner, if there is no European coordinated response, recession could be back to Europe? Back to Europe. Recession again in Europe?
Well, I know that there is discussion on this stagflation scenario. My view is that if we react strongly, we can avoid this. But of course, we have to, because we entered in this crisis with a recovery at strong speed in Europe. Of course, part of this recovery will be derailed quickly, but we can reduce this impact if we react strongly and rapidly, as we did during the COVID crisis. So this stagflation scenario can be confronted, faced and avoided if we react strongly together. Posso dire 2 battute in italiano? Scusate, sorry.